Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch, Michael Knapp Leather. Well, first things first is I have to say a special thank you to Oisin O'Malley of the Timeless Watch channel. The Timeless Watch channel is my favorite watch channel on YouTube. But yeah, I just sent him a couple of new straps a few weeks ago, and he received them, and he did a special little episode about some gifts he had received, and he showcased the straps, and he just went overboard. I mean, he went overboard. And last year when he did this, because I made him a few straps last year, I call it the tsunami of orders came in, and it's kind of happening again now. So that's why I'm pretty slammed busy. That's why I took last weekend off, was to start getting caught up. I knew this was going to happen. So really, thank you, Oisin. You're just a heck of a guy, and keep up the channel. And I keep telling you in the comments, get a boat, brother. Get a boat. You live in Venice. We want to see Venice more from the water. Come on. So another thing that's pretty cool is on my last episode, I did a couple of straps for another fellow YouTuber. His name is Rob Holly, truck driver out of Arkansas. And he has this channel, YouTube channel, Oakley Hopper Driver. So check it out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of times it's just Rob on the road, driving his truck. It's really pretty cool. And and he's a watch guy. Well, I was honest with him and everybody on the show. I said, I had rushed these two straps, which I don't normally do, but we were trying to get this show put together, he and I, for showcasing the straps on his watches. And they weren't up to my high standards. And I told him, listen, let me make it up to you. I'm going to make you another strap out of anything you want. He said, red alligator. I said, you got it. So I made it, shipped it to him. I didn't hear back from him, so I knew he was probably on the road. They got to his house. And so check this out, and this is the email that he wrote me. Man, I'll tell you, that made my day. I called him right away when I got that email, and we started, talking about all kinds of stuff. And he said, oh man, I got my dad this watch. You got to check out this footage. And what he did was he texted me of some footage his son took of Rob giving his father, a Rolex Op. And so, and just a little background. I'm going to show this video. I asked Rob if I could show this because it got my heart. Anybody that's into watches, I think it's going to get your heart, is giving away this Rolex watch to his father. And his father grew up, one of 6 siblings. I think that's what he said. I'm sorry if I was incorrect, but I think he said he had 5 other siblings. And, they didn't have much means growing up. And he was telling me the story that one year for Christmas, the father just didn't have money for Christmas presents and made him little stick figures. So that's where kind of world he's from. And so to get a Rolex watch for the first time, I think he was 75 years old. I'm not sure, so sorry about if I'm incorrect on the date. But check this short video of Rob giving his father this Rolex watch.
It's a birthday present, but it didn't come in by your birthday. I just got it.
I got that big roller.
That was your Christmas present that just came in. It came in late too.
Read it out loud so I can hear it.
Said, behind every good son, there's a great dad.
Oh.
Thank you for all that you do, Rob. Well, thanks, son.
So I thought I'd get you this.
What is that? You surely didn't do that, did you?
I sure did.
Damn. Lord. Love you. Love you. Gosh, dang.
I know. I've seen it and everything.
Oh, you have? Lord of mercy.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
I told you he'd cry.
Man, is that cool or what? I mean, that's what this is really all about. You know, we deal with a lot of material stuff here on these watch channels, and you know, when it really boils down to it, it's about family and loved ones and the people. You know, that's the main thing, and it's just really cool. I love the gift of giving. So does Rob, obviously, and Rob is a real hero, man. U.S. Navy. I mean, he worked on nuclear subs. He actually worked in the nuclear. He was a machinist, and then he was a cop for years. He was a prison guard, and now he's a truck driver. He's just my kind of guy. So thanks for everything, Rob. And on today's build, what you're going to get to see me do is hand make a strap for a gentleman. His name is Anders, and he's currently living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but he's originally from Sweden. And so, you know, we had talked to each other several weeks ago. He had some questions, and I said, yes, I can do all those things with this strap. And what it is it's a Hamilton Intra-Matic automatic chronograph. It's got the Panda dial. So check out some of these pictures of this watch. I mean, it's a really cool watch. I almost bought one, but honestly, you guys, I'm just not a chronograph type of a guy. I'm never going to say never that I'll never own one. I don't have a Speedy. I've never been a chronograph kind of guy, but a lot of guys are. And when I first saw this watch a few years ago, I was like, man, that's a pretty watch. And he also ordered it in Cedar Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan leather, which I had not yet cut into. And so with this combination of this cool watch and this really awesome leather that I had yet to cut into, I thought, let's do a show on it. And what's really neat too is you're going to see me hand make the strap, and I've shipped it to him already. He's got it, he's put it on his watch, and you're going to get to see final product also of the strap on his watch. So stick around. After the intro, we'll get right into it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Strap a Watch. And here once again is that Cedar Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan leather chip, the Rolls Royce of leather, Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan leather. Absolutely gorgeous, so great to work with. And thank you again, Anders, for ordering this. This was the first order, like I said, out of this particular chip. That's what they call shell Cordovan. These little hides, they call them chips. And the hope is, because this color can go with so many different dials, you guys, that more orders will start coming in. So you saw I just cut out what I call the uppers of the watch strap, and then this is cutting out the keeper right there. And this is a brand new hide. I've only cut into it a few different times over the last week and a half or so. It's a black Zermatt calfskin lining. Great lining leather. I have one that's in what's called natural. But so now I'm very set. And I had gotten this because of a gentleman, Alan, in California, who has an AP millinery that I did a strap for. I called it my masterpiece strap. He's ordered another one just like it, slight variations, but in brown. Dark brown cognac Shinki Hikaku shell Cordovan. And the one upgrade he really wanted was some softer lining. And so that's why I bought this, and I got a couple other samples. Alan, I'm going to be shipping those out to you this week. I just ran out of time last week, and you can see I just hand stamped the date. So 3/23/21, this is stamping in my logo. A lot of you guys have seen this, but I just started doing the dating about 2 months ago to help with a record for every, buddy who's been going to be purchasing straps from here on out. I have forgotten a couple of times, and I did have one gentleman said, "Oh, I thought you were dating." I was like, "I didn't put a date on yours?" He said, "No." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I must have just forgot." But no, I'm trying to do that on every strap I'm shipping out now. And I am getting better at remembering all that. This is the pads right here. So I had already skived them down. They're 2.5 millimeter pads. It was just kind of finalizing the tips of them. And this is some spacer leather because Anders had a special request of having this, quite thick up towards the lugs themselves, the lug pins, because it is a chunky watch. I mean, it is a chronograph. So here it is. You can see, all right, it is, a chunkier watch, 14.45 millimeters in height. Here's some of the specs. It's a 40 millimeter dial, 20 millimeter lug width, solid case back, 100 meter, water resistant. It's 4 hertz. 60-hour power reserve, pretty good power reserve. So this is a Valjoux 7753 movement, which Hamilton is calling the H31, and is based on the ETA chronograph movement. So I think it's gorgeous, and I stated in the intro too about never been a chronograph kind of guy and never say never. And if you've been watching my channel, I got something to inform everybody about. Because last October, I think it was, I had put the money down on a silver Snoopy, and I told everybody I'd been getting some emails and telephone calls about guys wanting to purchase the strap. And, it started a couple $1,000s over what I paid, but in the last about 6-8 weeks, it started getting pretty serious. And even a couple weeks ago, so what happened, not last Monday, the Monday before, I got the call from the boutique that the watch was in, and there was no way I was going to be able to get down there that day. So I had 2 gentlemen that were kind of very serious and in a little bit of a bidding war with each other. And I emailed both of them, and I said, listen, this is it. No more bargaining, haggling, anything. This is the number that I'll take. Bottom line, if you want it, it's yours. And one of the gentlemen emailed me back the next day, and I can't say his name, and he asked me not to say how much, but he's from Afghanistan. All right, and I have sold several straps to gentlemen in Afghanistan. Apparently, it's like a Rolex mecca, because every strap I've made going to Afghanistan has been for a Rolex, and then now this gentleman is probably going to be the only guy in Afghanistan with a silver Snoopy. But after I had set up a bank wire transfer and the funds were deposited, I picked it up. It was a couple days later. It was on a Wednesday. And I drove immediately from the boutique to a FedEx store and got it shipped out. So, I looked at it. I never even took it out of the box. I never, put it on or anything like that. It is absolutely brand new. And I could send my granddaughter through 4 years of university for what I got for the flip. So I think most of you guys would have done probably the same thing, and I do not feel bad about it in any way. Because here's the reality. The watch is still in production. It is crazy what this guy paid. So obviously he is a man of some very good means, and my hat is off to him. And, I believe it's going to a good home. And the point is, what I'm getting at, I don't think I would have even worn the watch. I just don't. And I'm a firm believer in having watches be worn. That's just, I'm kind of hard on watches. I've even had people asking me recently to sell me the Tiffany dial OP that I got in December. And I keep telling them, no. I mean, they're going for, it's crazy amounts. I've seen them $15,000, $18,000 for a $5,900, retail, authorized dealer, retailer watch. Right now, Chrono 24. So, and I've showcased that on the show. And that's legit. I mean, I've had offers up in that range. And no, I'm not selling the watch. I have a feeling that number is going to come down. And I don't know about the Silver Snoopy. I think, for what I got, it's going to take a while for it to get up that high. But just to cover this, too, I've had a lot of people, leather crafters and watch strap makers, asking me about what pricking irons I use. So here you can see me indenting along the perimeter so that the spacing for the pricking holes, that's what we call that, a pricking iron. So you can see those are the stitching holes, the pricking holes. And I use what are called KS Blade Punch pricking irons. And I have 3.38 millimeters that I utilize on watches. I have a 7-tooth, a 5-tooth, and a 2-tooth. So any of you people that are interested in making watch straps, that's what I use. They are quite expensive, hundreds of dollars per punch, really. So, can you get less expensive ones? Absolutely. And this color of this thread, Anders had asked me to kind of match the strap as best as I could. So here it is, final product, and you can see this thread color, I think, matches quite well. I had a little bit of this left from a special order from last year, and, because I was looking through my current inventory, and I was like, man, I got stuff that's pretty close, but this is actually a burgundy thread, and I think it matches that cedar very well. But boy, is that a beautiful strap or what, you guys. And here is the reverse side, the lining side with that Zermatt black calfskin, and dated, and has my logo. There's the secondary keeper. Now, I always say, if I get it sized right and everything's cool, the way it should be, is you wouldn't need to use that secondary keeper, and you can slide it up over those lug pins and take it off. But some guys really like it. I just had a gentleman recently with an order have that kind of issue, and I stated it right in my sizing video, you guys. So if you want it longer to utilize a secondary keeper, you gotta let me know in the note field upon ordering. But here is the edges, a brown edge coat with matte finish, and you can see how much thicker it is at the top. But here's the photos that Anders sent me today with it on his wrist. Very cool. Thank you so much, Anders. Really appreciate it. He sent me a little video here you're going to see quickly. But here's Gino's Philly Steakhouse, famous steakhouse. Well, listen, God bless you all. You guys had a lot of fun with this. Thanks a lot, and keep on ticking.